All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our weekly stream for Tales from Candlekeep. I'm Olivier, lead game designer on Tales from Candlekeep, and I'm joined by Felix.
Yep. Hi. I'm also
Yeah,
here.
all right. So we have a lot of stuff to talk to you about today. We will play the game, but this is the first stream since the launch of Kawasha. Hey there, Waldorf. How you doing? Yeah, let's take some time to talk to you guys. Who's here? PB and J Otter.
Yep.
Nice to see you again.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And we have Absurdium and Lucotia
talking
to us
All right.
as well. Hi, everybody.
Hi there.
Good Friday afternoon.
So I think it's 12 for some of them.
Yeah, well, on the Pacific time zone, it's noon, and it's 3 on the Eastern time zone.
Yeah.
So.
But it's 3 o'clock for us,
Yep.
3 p.m. So, okay, so let's go through our list. Sophie isn't here today, and also Paul couldn't be here, but we will talk to you guys, and please let us know if you guys have played with Kawasha or want to play with it. Leave us your comments, suggestions, if you like it or not. So we will read all of your comments.
Yep. And we have a couple items to cover today. Sophie left us some notes and she set up the stream for us too because we're helpless for some reason. And we have a giveaway coming up later. And Kawasha just launched this week, and the DLC is currently 20% off.
Yep.
For the whole week. Not related to the Steam Lunar New Year sale. And the Steam Lunar New Year sale, currently the base game plus 4 DLCs, the 4 basic ones, are 33% off.
All right. And also, version 1.1.0 is live right now. And there's a lot of, with Kawasha, there's also a lot of bug fixes that we can go through. Just a quick overlook of what we fixed from the previous version.
We are going there now.
Okay, so some of the bug fixes contain there was some problem with the mushroom pickups in the first quest. Mushroom pickup fails now gives the player a die reroll properly when using a lockstone. It is now possible to change resolution from 1440 by 900 to 1600 by 900 and vice versa. Added a combat text when Ice Storm misses the target. UI overlap when an encounter hint appears while Dispel Magic is equipped, and there's a whole lot of bug fixes out there. So you can go on the Steam page, the store page, and just consult the patch notes, and you'll see. Yep.
And there's also a new feature, the extras menu.
Yeah.
To turn off or turn on the DLCs in the game. So if you want to play the base game or specific DLCs, you can turn them off and on one by one, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And Kawasha's in the game now. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
You've seen him play on the stream over here the last couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah,
or a
so
month,
we talked a lot about Kawasha in the previous weeks. We played with him quite a bit, but always mixed with all the characters. And today I think we could do something different, a bit more interesting maybe for some of you guys. We would like to go through some challenges that are not quest specific, but let's say, okay, so we're soloing a quest on horrific difficulty with Kawasha, and we only have the rights to play with his wild form, so something crazy like that. So if you guys have any suggestions that you want us to do in the game with Kawasha, let us know in the chat. So we have all of the chat right here, and we can see your comments.
And we're gonna have self-imposed challenges today, and Olivier should be the best one to handle them.
Yeah, well, I'm not the best at the game.
Probably better than I was a couple of weeks ago.
But all right. So also, quick shout out to Codename. Yesterday, they had a live stream with our Sophie as a co-host. And also they have a big announcement that's happening right now. So they are releasing Birdsong in their game. I think is that a limited event or?
Well, from what I've seen, you can unlock her now in their Grand Revel
Yeah.
event, but I'm assuming she's permanent.
Oh yeah.
She's a new character in the game.
Mm.
So and they gave us a shout out.
And it's great to see that they gave her, the same outfit as our artist here. What they did with her.
Yeah, that's
so
really cool.
it's really nice to see her in there. Okay, so let's jump right in the game. So full game.
Okay.
Again, guys. Let us know if you want us to do some crazy things with Kawasha. And let's go through the chat a little bit.
Well,
So
PB and J Otter, sorry, Olivier.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is saying that you can only unlock her now. You know if she's available after the event or if she's just for the event. But currently you can unlock her, so you can go check out the Idol Champions game afterwards. And also, we have some people from many different time zones. People at night, people in the afternoon.
11 p.m., 21 p.m. All right, that's cool.
And also, as far as announcements go, we have something big coming on Monday. So check out our social media or the Become website or the Tales from Candlekeep website for something big that we can't talk about right now.
All right. We can see here Luke Othea says, she's available until 27th February and then stays permanently.
Okay.
So there's your answer. Also, PB and J asks, it seems like Ashara's Acid Splash just failed to go off a few times. Is that a bug or a feature? It is not a feature. This is a bug, but it is supposed to be fixed in the new version. There was something with, some errors with targeting, and it would fail to launch, but you would lose an action. But this is not a feature.
Okay. And yesterday's patch, right?
Yep.
Okay. And
Rific solo seems hard enough. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
do we have the gear for it though?
Let's go see what we have right now. So with Kawasha, we're equipped with +2 everything, I think. This might prove to be a pretty difficult challenge.
Or we can pick something that we may be able to do.
What's the fun in that?
Okay, well, okay, big challenges then.
Okay.
And have you guys had the chance to try out Kawasha so far? Are you one of the early adopters of the DLC that you picked up, yesterday because it came out yesterday? Or maybe you plan on picking up the DLC and or the base game during the Lunar New Year sale?
Also, if you guys have the game and haven't left us a review, if you liked it or not, just go to Steam, leave us a review. It will be very glad if you do.
Yep. Constructive criticism is good and positive.
And also, a lot of you guys left us some really great comments that we most of the time try to implement in the game. So we definitely listen to you guys. Yeah.
And then Lucothea is saying that he had the chance to try it, and Kapalue is here with his assistant, the druid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Kupalue, because Kupalue is, it's pretty strong for an ally, and since it's not a daily or a utility, you can just continuously spawn him if he dies. So, and also he's a pretty good damage output since you can, just upgrading Kawasha, crafting different equipment also makes Kupalue stronger.
Okay, it buffs him.
Yeah, so if you will craft upgrades for, let's say, the main weapon, Kupalue will also see his damage output increase.
So he's sharing your gear with you, basically.
Hey, Pendracos, thanks for downloading.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Okay, and 10B1, I'm assuming, has bought the game the other day. Didn't have the chance to play it yet. Well, that's your chance. You can play while you watch us, or you can maybe spend the evening tonight or well, I'm not telling you how to live your life, but you can just check it out. There's a lot of fun to be had in there.
Okay, so I want to go in Heart of Upteo. So in there, I'll fight Valindra, but I'll try to solo Valindra with. Let's try to solo Valindra with Kawasha without having, you know, some crazy rules that we.
And PB&J Otters telling us that we should try to use the ape wild shape.
For that quest?
Yeah, I think it's already set up. It's already equipped.
Yeah, it's in there. Also, good berry. So PB&J, do you want us to go all out ape wild shape and without using anything else? Is that something we should try?
Also, in our little reminder notes that Sophie left us, the game is now available on the Twitch store, the complete edition of the game, so the base game and all 5 DLCs since yesterday, I believe, and it's on sale, and it's completely DRM free, so you can take it anywhere you want.
Yep,
you're
right.
Out of Steam's environment, and the whole game's there, so it's on sale.
Okay, so PB&J says all ape all the time with Kupalue. So I think this is a pretty good match. So let's try and do this. So Kupalue is Kawasha's special ability. So you don't have to use, you know, fill a power slot. You have the power all the time. So what's great about that it's that it costs an action to spawn Kupalue, but there's no only once for during a quest or until, you know, I get an object that lets me use it again. So every time Kupalue dies, I can spawn him again. So that's pretty great. Okay, so Kupalue.
And from my experience, he's much better than the little armors that stand there and take the hits as an ally.
Yeah. And fun fact is that, you know, when we started developing Kupalue, I saw one of our coders just call Kupalue straight on a trap. You know, he called Kupalue spawned on a trap and died instantly. That was pretty great. And yeah, we fixed that behavior so that doesn't happen to you guys. Okay, so ape, wild shape, I still have an action. Let's explore.
Well, he does have 4 hit points. That's pretty resilient.
Well, it's because I have +2 armor on Kawasha, so more AC, more HP for Kupalue as well.
Okay, so if he's like at the base level, he's going to be pretty flimsy.
Yeah. So I'm assuming most of you guys, I recognize a lot of names. I take it that you get... I think you know the game pretty well. I won't go through the basics this time, but if you have any questions, go ahead and ask away in the chat. We'll try to answer. Well, we will answer, basically.
And PB&J Otter is asking a question right now. If you cast Bark Skin before you turn to the ape form, does it stack with your...
Yeah, because the way it works is that we created a system that's status and conditions, and in the board game you only have a few different status and conditions like stunned or poison and stuff like that. But for the logic in our game, we used a lot of different things that we made work with the status system. So if I call Barkskin before, the buff will stay on my character until it is dispelled, or you know, the condition that turns it off.
Does it get used up, or like the fire shield, or is it permanent?
I don't remember if there's... I think it's a utility that you have to recharge after it is spent, but it stays there until you lose the actual buff.
Okay, it doesn't have a turn limit.
Yep.
Okay. And well, I don't know if you've been not interviewed, but you know, you're the lead game designer on the game, so can you take us through the process of starting from a board game, or has that been covered extensively already?
Yeah, well, we've been asked this question a lot, and well, it was quite a challenge, but also it was very nice because we started from a base that knew it was already balanced and already working. So it saved us a lot of time. But we also had to think how we would, make everything work together as a video game and how we would build the systems to, to make it look like it is the board game. It works the same. I remember during the production, we didn't have the same system as when you play the board game. You have a pile of cards, and when you go through all of your cards, you go through the leftover pile, or
you discard them.
Yeah, and then you shuffle them again, and you have a new pack of cards. But that didn't work like that before, so balancing was a bit off because it was only it's going to be a bit technical, but it was a weight system that we had all of our components, and just randomly, the game randomly picked through our components depending on their weight. So you could get, exploded by the game with, 4 Geralian back to back, and that didn't make sense because in the board game you don't have 4 Geralian cards that you can pick one after the other.
Yeah, so in the board game, if you're and in the version now, if you're just going through encounters, you're gonna run through the good ones eventually.
Yeah.
But in the previous version, if there was only one good one in the whole pack, let's say, you may never find it, even if you did it like 100 times. Okay. Well, that's an interesting insight. And going through the analysis of the whole board game, like learning the rules.
Well, I have I know, most of you guys in chat must know a lot more in the D&D lore than I do. I know Sophie yesterday said that I know a lot, and it's great that it's really kind of her, but I'm pretty sure some of you guys know a lot more than I do. But what was great is that because we worked on this game, and also I have played a few D&D campaign, never DM'd, however, but still I played quite a few times. So it was great to work on a video game of D&D, but what I wanted to say is that the fact that we had to work on a specific campaign made me go through all that lore and all the books and all the story, and I surely didn't know a lot about Cholt and Sararak, since it comes from an old campaign, which is Tomb of Horrors, but it was great to go through that, and also our communication and relationship with Wizard was great. All along, we could ask anything we wanted, and they would answer very quickly, and that people at Wizards are great, really.
Yeah, well, they're passionate about their product, and PB&J Otter. Okay, another question. I guess I'm the only one who has them. When the mission is accomplished, you're forced to exit the map. Is there any way you could stay on the map and explore to gather chests and XP until we're done?
The thing is, it's a video game. There's some memory and performance
concerns
about that. So you couldn't explore until you would get like 500 tiles. It would make the game lag a little bit and just perform less good, or
not as well.
Not as well, thanks.
But I think that the challenge is interesting because if you have to slay a boss or explore or perform certain actions, well, then if you're really not, let's say, greedy, but if you're really loot oriented, then you have to make the choice: do I keep exploring and trying to get stuff, or do I complete the quest? But if I keep exploring, I may run out of health. Or
there's some sort of auto balancing in the game, which if you don't actually complete your objectives, you may end up running out of items, and like you said, make it more difficult as you go through. But it's not out of the question, because at first we talked about having some sort of endless dungeon mode where you could just dash through dungeons endlessly and
Just
get
randomly generated dungeons that
yeah
you just
without
start
having
getting-
a set objective, but you would encounter everything randomly from the game, and you could get some rare materials and stuff
Mhm.
like that. But as we're on, there's some sort of there's the time issues and also budget
Yeah.
issues, so we had to concentrate on
Yeah,
the
the
core.
campaign
Yeah.
took precedence over the procedurally generated dungeon. Okay, so now
So I'm not thinking right now. I'm just, but
Yeah,
yeah,
chatting
Koopa
and
always
playing.
saved the day again. Koopa always so strong, man.
and now you have to choose trying to go through the traps and maybe lose your wild form,
Yeah.
or what's
But
your
let's use
recourse
this.
right
So cost is free. I'm gonna see. Oh wait, I should move though. I'm not on the right tile. But I risk having an encounter in my face. So I could go over here, use this, see what happens. Okay, so bad idea going through the
Pretty
the
nasty
traps. So let's forget about that that chest if I want my challenge to work.
Yeah.
So let's go right here and explore.
And Lukuthia, I'm afraid of that pun right now. Kawasha's gonna gibbon no mercy. Oh, ouch. But still, well, we
no
giggled,
more.
so it works. But ouch.
Okay, so I'm in a pretty bad position right now since I only have 1 HP left with my wild shape. And there's that big dude over here that's way more imposing than I am.
Well, you still have the same health.
Or we could just leave Kupalue do all the dirty work and continue to explore. Because I could do a hit and run. Just use double punch. So let's see. Plus 11. 11 plus. So I would need to have 11 on my die to hit it.
Almost 50%.
It's, yeah, 50%.
45% chance.
Yeah.
So,
am I doing it or not?
and while Olivier is pondering his choice, I'm going to go through my little notes again and remind you that during the Steam Lunar New Year sale that started yesterday, I believe, the base game and the first 4 DLCs are 33% off. And Kawasha the Druid that launched yesterday as well is 20% off for the whole week. So now's your chance to get the entire package, which we now call the Complete Edition, I
Yep.
believe. Yeah, okay. And it's on the page as well. And 1OB1 was telling you to do it, but
I did it and failed miserably. I got an 8 and then a 1. Like,
Ouch.
good thing we don't have critical miss in that game. Hello there, Daria Designs.
Yep.
Good to see you.
welcome.
Okay, so calling Kupalue again and trying to survive that. I'm not gonna make it.
Well, it's a self-imposed challenge. I mean, you don't have to reset the game. Well, not the game, but your mission. If you fail, there's still like honor and
I could test my
winning.
luck right now and try to grab a potion inside the chest and just walk on that trap, hoping it's empty.
Well, looking at the other 4 over there, I say luck is not so good.
I really want to try it though.
And also, yeah, the 1.1.0 update came out yesterday. Well, a lot of stuff happened yesterday. So the update came out,
I failed.
and oh no.
I failed. Am I starting again or? Yeah, restart. I want to really do that challenge.
And yeah, there's a new feature and there's a couple bug fixes that hopefully will take care of all the problems.
Mhm.
But it's a work in progress. And the new feature lets you turn on or turn off the DLCs that you have in the game. So if you want the base experience or just one DLC or more DLCs. And PBNJ is saying go in an easier difficulty.
Yeah, that's right. I'm only with +2 equipment right now, and
Well, 21 armor class is pretty awesome.
yeah, because I just used Barkskin, which I
Okay.
forgot to do last time.
Also does
I
it
should have tried. Yeah, to do that. Okay, so still. Let's try one last time at hard, and then if we can, just go back to normal.
What kind of attack bonuses do the enemies have?
It depends because, well, we have a scaling difficulty, which I have that big spreadsheet, which we go through a difficulty scaling for all the monsters and traps throughout the entire campaign. So the closer you are to the last quest or adventure, the stronger the enemies are.
Okay.
And when you go up difficulty, the scaling also increases, but the first monsters are weaker than the last monsters of the previous difficulty. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And Buffalo Val is asking if it's better to try to open the trap or just step on it, because it seems like the same thing, but it does not take an extra roll.
Yeah, it is not the same thing because, they both take the same roll to avoid or disarm. But trying to disarm a trap takes an action, and also you had to stop before interacting with it. But it is affected by your buffs and items that lets you re-roll, so it's kind of safer. But if you walk over a trap, you don't lose an action, and you still if the trap happens on your third step and you have a movement of 6, you still gonna finish your complete movement, so without spending an action,
Even if it blows up.
yeah, exactly. So if you're in a tough spot, it's I think it's better to run through, since there's a lot more empty traps. Not in the previous situation, but there's a lot more empty traps. It's supposed to have more empty traps.
Okay, I was about to say, not too sure about what you're saying, but and welcome Gilded Knight, who just subscribed to Twitch Prime.
Hey, Gilded.
And Waldorf is asking if we plan on having custom content creation in the future, which is something that comes up.
Yeah, it comes up quite a lot, and we definitely have a lot of discussion about letting you guys create some stuff, your own preset dungeons and stuff like that. But it requires a lot of thinking first, and also the tool creation, while being user friendly, has to go through a lot of design process. Game level, and also graphic design to make it work. So it would be awesome. Still, it is pretty expensive to do, so we have a lot of chat to have have about that.
Yeah, because creating the game is one thing, and then we have to create the tools to create the game, and we have to make them nice, because we can give you guys the tools that we use, because usually they are not that user friendly, or they look like stuff.
Like stuff.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
they still work very, very nicely. I'm gonna praise our developers, but usually they are also the artists in the tools, so we get what we get. And Daria Design is asking, is the story ruined if you've played Tomb of Annihilation tabletop style? Is the story the same, or is it
the story is pretty much the same? We we had to stay true to the board game, and the story is we based this game on the board game. So I don't want to say it is ruined, but it is basically the same story. So. Yeah, like PB&J says, it depends how far you are in the tabletop campaign. Oh, you mean the tabletop campaign?
The board game?
Okay,
Or
I thought the board game. So, yeah, not at all. If it's the pen and paper tabletop game, it's not ruined at all, because, first, your DM can
you have some
go
leeway
through
there.
everything. There's a lot more content in the campaign book to go through. And also, you most probably, there are characters that are in the board game and Tales from Candlekeep that you may come across in the tabletop or pen and paper campaign. But I thought you were saying the board game because WizKids made, this is based on a series of board game called the Adventure System,
which we don't have this week.
We don't have it with us right now, but so this is pretty much the same story, but yeah.
Okay, well, ruin maybe wasn't the right word as Darius saying, but yeah, the story fits with the board game, but the tabletop adventure is
the same setting at the same place, but there's a lot more content in the the campaign book and
and also your DM is free to just improvise and go nuts with creating like new situations or new monsters or.
But something that's cool in Tales from Candlekeep is that we added side quests that are inspired by specific places and events that happened in the campaign.
Oh, okay,
so it's
cool.
not we went through a bit of a DMing process creating those side quests, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Eventually, I'd like to get some colleagues to like inflict my DM skills, which are non-existent right now. But from reading the books, I think I could do something decent, or at the very least, like 3 hours of not complete boredom.
But we have colleagues that actually launched a Tomb of Annihilation campaign, tabletop, and also I think Sophie's playing it that campaign. So
Possibly.
Oh yeah, and yeah, she is, because yesterday in her stream she told that they had to do a dinosaur race in was that Fort Belluarian or Port Nyanzaru, I think. And in the tabletop pen and paper game, you can race with dinosaurs, but their dinosaur was actually their druid shape-shifted as a dinosaur, and they won. So yeah,
that's great. But I hope they're not too attached to their characters, because from what I've read, it's a mean campaign.
Yeah.
And thank you, Waldorf, for the comments where the game looks great. Kudos to all the developers and artists from over here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And I'm still going through my notes over here. We have a big pile of post-its on the table.
So we have a question from Absurdium. Saying, have you ever considered creating a Tales from Candlekeep Tomb of Annihilation expansion pack standalone DLC that is basically a Dungeon Master mode centric version of your original game? So this is like a bit what we talked earlier on the same topic. So this isn't out of question. This would be amazing, I think, but it implies a lot of thinking and design choices. We can't give too much freedom, but still enough to make it interesting and let you use all of your creativity to create whatever you want.
Giving freedom, the more freedom that you want to give, the more rules that you have to put in so that everything works. And just say, now, what kind of monster do you want to spawn? That's not so difficult, but hey, what kind of special event do you want to have happen? Well, now that's complexifying things. And then, I want to create my own encounter. Now that's more difficult.
So saying that would be, I think, a step too far in a matter of, game design, letting people create their own encounters. That would be way too complicated for us to restrain and balance. And plus more bugs.
Yeah, potentially more bugs.
Yeah.
But a risk of more bugs. Yeah, that always comes with, more features, more complexity.
But something that would be nice is that, we could let players create their own set of tiles that they could choose from, or even make their own dungeon before the quest. Also choosing what monsters they could spawn and limiting that amount. Also what items players can find in there. So there's something to think about.
And it, just off the top of my head, again, just being here in the stream and not being involved in the development of the game, just having, let's say, a string of characters like a seed that I could give you and say, play this. That would be
pretty
really
much
nice.
like Mario Maker or something like that. That
just you build I build something in my game at home, and then I say, hey Olivier, here's the level that I want you to play, and then you can just load the game. But you know, that's like the dream features there.
Yeah, if everything was free.
And Milkrad is asking if somebody could tell him if there's a Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation episode today. I do not know that. Sorry.
I also not sure if there's a Roll20 Presents.
I don't know if at D&D is watching us right now. Maybe that.
Yeah, maybe they could answer the question.
And again, reminding you, we're gonna have the giveaway in a couple minutes because the time is flying.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna have a base game and one Kawasha DLC to give away in a couple minutes after the announcements. And reminding you that we have a big announcement coming on Monday. To check us out on social media and our websites like Become Studios, as well as Tales from Candlekeep, Tomb of Annihilation, which I don't know the URL by heart, but
everything's in the banner right under the.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, right there. Yeah.
Yeah, right under the viewport. We have a question from Habitual Indolence. This looks awesome. Thanks. Any chance I'll be able to download this from Windows Store? The game's only available on Steam, but it's also available on Twitch Store as well. Yeah. And this is the complete edition. So
all five DLCs. It's on sale right now. I'm not sure for how long, but it's on sale, and it's DRM free, so you can just. You're free from Steam's confines.
I think PB and J wants to make us say something we're not allowed to.
I will tell you that it's going to be announced on Monday, and that's all we're supposed to talk about. And also, going through the notes again, the crew of Codename Entertainment just put in Birdsong in their Idle Champions game, and you can unlock her now in their Grand Raffle event. You can unlock her for a limited time, but you keep her afterwards. So check her out in there. If you enjoy Birdsong and Tales from Candlekeep, then you can play her in another game as well.
Yeah, shows she's the best bard in our game, so she's gonna be the best bard in their game as well. Lucothea says, I know you guys have a lot of board game plans, but long term I would love to see you make a tactical D&D RPG with combat like this game. That's great. Yeah, that's a great input. We would also love to, keep not only updating this game, but create, stay inside the D&D community and continue to create more D&D content like that.
Indeed. And I will volunteer to work on it right now. If there's a sign-up sheet somewhere, tell me where it is. And also reminding you that if you enjoy the game or you have some criticism, you can leave us some reviews on Steam and probably on Twitch Store. I am not familiar with that interface. Sorry, Twitch. And that's it. Leave us reviews however you feel. And the game updates by itself. So the update came out. There's a new feature and there's some bug fixes. And also the game is 33% off with all 4 base DLCs, and Kawasha is 20% off this week. And I was trying to find out Billy May's catchphrase, but there's more or something. We have a giveaway coming up.
Yeah,
we could probably start it now.
We could start. Are we using the raffle?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I think Sophie is saying that it's coming up, but not right away. Okay. So we're going to have to find 2 questions.
two questions that we talked about in our stream.
Hopefully.
So yeah, we could go easy or not easy, depending.
So who is not available today so that I can be here with you guys? No, just kidding. And so last week my questions were too complicated when I was trying to come up with them, but I'm gonna try to find something interesting. Maybe.
Well, don't say it right now because they're gonna have time to think about it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I have one for Kawasha's DLC. If you can think of
Perfect.
of one for the base game.
Okay. Well, yeah, I have one for the base game. So you want to go first, or should
go
I?
ahead. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
So in the board game, Kawasha has some wild shape transformation or shape shifting. It is different in our game. What are the two wild shape Kawasha can transform into?
There's one on the screen right now, and there's a second one.
I forgot to ask them if they were ready though, but
okay. And PB&J just
PB&J
crushed it.
Yeah. PB&J is the winner for the Kawasha DLC. You're too quick, man. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, PB&J is the winner for the Kawasha DLC, and we will contact you. I think Sophie is gonna. Yeah. So we will contact you, and or you can write.
I think you can send us a private message.
Yeah. To at ms@dalesfromcandlekeep.com. Yeah. So grats, PB&J.
Now for my question. Okay, everybody in the base. Well,
are we asking them if they're ready for the base game?
Are you ready for the base game question?
Say ready in the chat if you guys are ready for the base game giveaway.
Question.
Yeah.
Okay, and Waldorf, Sophie was telling us that the exclamation point raffle system is coming soon. And sorry, yeah, it's kind of tricky we have 3 chat windows open right now, trying to monitor all 3 of them, and it's not the ideal system, but it's coming. We promise. So for the base game DLC, the question is, in the game right now, the full experience, how many playable characters are there?
That's pretty easy.
I mean, that's gonna go by quickly. And
I hope you guys have a fast internet connection.
Well, it's 1 number to put in.
Oh, we have something.
We have
Zenfear. Zenfear has the right answer. Poor boy. PB&J. You're just trolling. I know. So our winner is Zenfear Zenfire. Let's say Zenfear. So yeah, like we said before, you can contact us at ms@talesfromcandlekeep.com. Or yeah, so you win the base game for free.
Now, yeah. So now it's ready to receive the Kawasha the Druid DLC or whatever you want. So that's a pretty nice bonus to finish your week. Well, to finish our week, anyways.
Yeah.
Because I really like doing the streams, even though I'm not here often because I'm on the bottom of the list of streamers. I still really like ending my Friday with you guys.
Yeah, it's great. Just 1 hour talking to you guys. And it's fun to interact also with you. So keep the questions going.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about. Well, right now, okay, so there's Zenfire and then
Zenfire, Zephathai.
Asking if we can add more skills for each hero. Is there more content?
So, to understand our skills and power choices for the game, well, it's pretty easy. We created the same powers as there is in the board game. So
everything's there?
Everything is there.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think we left something behind for artists because it was too complicated for now and out of scope. But something that could be added would be if, let's say, someday we were to make an expansion of another board game that they released or are going to be releasing. I don't know. Well, all of those board game in the adventure system can be mixed and matched. So if, let's say, you have a ranger in I don't know,
well, there's
Legend of Driss
Ravenloft
or any other game, you can use those spells for your ranger. So
okay, so between same class characters,
yep.
You can also put a hero from another game into this one.
So
right?
I'm not confirming anything, I'm not saying anything, but that's something that could be possible. We won't add more skills, but that's something that we could.
Yeah, because if you're playing with the boxes of games, you can switch the components between all of them.
You can play with any hero in any board game, and also mix and match all of their powers for class related powers.
Okay. So that's why also some people were asking a couple streams ago, so that's like in 2017, but why is it not like 5th edition? It's not quite 4th edition either, in between, because they're staying at the same, it's like same stage of content to just be compatible between all the games, which is a good move, I think, because if there's a break at some point and then this game is now not compatible, well, then you kind of lose out the other ones. So you can create a pretty big adventure if you have. Are there 5 games?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
they're
5 boxes.
I think Tomb of Annihilation was the 6th one, if I'm not mistaken.
So,
I think Temple of Elemental Evil was the 5th one, if I.
okay, so that you can like have a really big collection of 6 board games and then just create mixes between them, and create an adventure with artists in Ravenloft or a Ravenloft hero in Tomb of Annihilation, which is awesome. And Zenfithy is saying that trying the maps with different combinations of powers and spells. Yeah, that's a fun. You can have new adventures. Like if you have a steady gaming crew that you hang out with and play games with. Well, then this week we use those heroes. I'm acting off screen, but yeah, we use those heroes this week, and then we combine them with this adventure, so it's different because we don't have the mage this week, we have the paladin. It's like,
so Poor Boy is saying, looks like a great game, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This is my first time seeing your stream, seeing the game. I got the link to the stream from Roll20, so welcome to our stream. We are streaming pretty much once a week, every Friday at 12 Pacific time, which is 3 p.m. for us. But yeah,
3, 4, 5. Okay, so I think there are 5 games.
Yeah, 5 games. I know where the 6th came from, but in my head, yeah, there are 5 games.
Okay, and thank you, Demented Shark, for the info.
Reverence. Apologies, I just tuned in. I'm curious as to what each of you do for the company if you haven't gone over it yet. So I'm Olivier. I'm the lead game designer on this project, which is Tales from Candlekeep. You have all the information on the banner below. And this is Felix.
Yep, I'm Felix. I'm a game designer as well, but not on this project. So I work on other stuff that we make over here at Become.
So yeah, at Become we have a lot of different projects and also platforms, and this is pretty great to have a lot of different stuff to work on.
And Flyvy Hest.
You guys have a lot of
fun times. Is asking
names to say.
if any prior knowledge about D&D is needed to play the game effectively because he hasn't rolled the dice for a long time now. No, I wouldn't say.
I'm sorry. Is any prior knowledge about D&D needed to play the game? No, actually. Well, the adventure system board game that WizKids created is some sort of first step to in the world of D&D. It's a simpler version of the rules of the pen and paper D&D. There's well, there's different terminology and well, words that are in the rules for the pen and paper game, but you don't have to have a lot of knowledge, not at all. And also, there's a tutorial in the game to make you go through all of the the basics of this game. So it's a great way to learn more, or just have some sort of a small taste of what could be a real campaign of the pen and paper tabletop game of D&D. Yeah, I hope that answers that question.
And it's kind of like a streamlined experience, and hopefully a gateway to like tabletop pen and paper D&D. Fingers crossed. And one Obi-Wan is asking if it's too early to tease us with upcoming more adventures like this one. I am not going to talk about that.
Yeah, so it is too early because we are still discussing the future of everything. I don't want to say or get myself in trouble.
Yeah, now Sophie is in the room even. So she's
so Sophie just joined us. She's behind the camera. So, hey, Sophie.
And the Demented Shark, the game is pretty self-explanatory, and since you don't have you don't start with creating your character from a billion options, it's easy to get into. Mm-hmm. So there's a character that works, that's fun, mm-hmm. that's special and different from the other ones. Try it, give it a shot. Maybe next game switch it with someone else's character, and then you can get a feel for the fun and the challenges and the adventures that you can have in D&D.
Yeah, because when you first start playing D&D, I think I remember when I was 8 or 9 when I had my first D&D campaign, and it was pretty overwhelming when you don't know the rules and just creating your character, so you don't have that trouble. And also the characters in the game are legendary or popular characters that already exist in the D&D universe. So Artus Cimber is with his Ring of Winter is a character that was in books, and also is also in the Tomb of Annihilation campaign. He's an existing character that wasn't created solely for the board game. Same with Dragonbait and Ashara.
And Zephythai is asking why are there no new achievements for Kawasha?
That's a pretty good question, but I think the quick answer for that is that we don't. I think it is not well perceived to have achievements for a paid DLC. So players that don't want to have or pay for the DLC that are bound to not have all of the achievements with the base game. So that's the quick answer for that.
And Waldorf is asking if there are more DLCs planned.
Well, this is a bit of the questions that came out earlier. I'm gonna say the same thing as we're talking about it, and but we surely continue to patch the game for any bugs and comments that you guys tell us that you would like to see in the game. So some stuff that are easily implemented or modified. So keep them coming, guys, and also don't forget to go on Steam, review our game if you liked it or not, and that's really appreciated.
Yeah, well, lots of stuff in the game right now came from comments that we received. Right? The dice rolling with showing the results. That's the one I'm thinking of, but there are a couple more things that came out of receiving comments. So that's some improvements that we can make for you when you ask them. I mean, I'm not saying that we're going to make all of them, but if you talk to us, we're there and talking back and acting on what you're saying. Also about the DLCs, everything that's in the board game right now is in the game, right? Yeah, we're gonna have to I'm gonna get the.
You're gonna have to wrap up real soon.
Okay, but everything that's in the board game is in the game right now, right? The 5 characters.
Yeah, but not everything. Like the last comment from Demented Shark, we don't have all of the monsters from the board game. So knowing that you would like to see them in the game is also a great input. We would also like to see them, all of them, in the board game, in the Tales from Candlekeep. So only 1 minute left to the stream. Let's wrap this up. This was great, guys. So did we go through everything we had to?
We're gonna close with answering PB and J Otter's question. Where will we see the announcement on Monday? Our social media channels that are at the bottom of the screen in the banner over there.
Don't worry. I know you're always there for our stream. You will see. You will see the announcement anywhere on the.
We're probably going to talk about it next Friday.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching us. Also, some of you guys are there every week. This was great. I'm Olivier and this is Felix. So have a nice one and
nice weekend.
Yeah, have a nice weekend, guys. So see ya.
Bye.